Okay, welcome back to the pit. Episode 2 of Loksglog, the gaming blog for people who don't care about gaming blogs. Oops. I'm playing as the engineer this time. Normally you unequip your armor at the start because you want to preserve its durability for when it's more important. But seriously, this thing has 30 armor. I don't care. So I'm just going to leave it on. If it was an important armor, then yes, I would try to preserve it. But it's 30. 30's nothing. You may as well be wearing nothing. So I'm just going to leave it on. Engineer, I haven't deciphered all the messages yet. And I briefly talked about messages in the last video. But basically, you want to decipher messages to learn new recipes. And in the last episode, also, is like I accidentally deleted the first 50 messages from my log, so now they can randomly show up again. If you play this game, don't delete messages from your log because you don't want them to show up. Because otherwise you only get new messages, and you only want new messages. Anyway, magic. Wait, psionics. I'm only going to go empathy and TK on this guy. I tried taking redaction before for healing, but, well, I'm dead. Oh, there's only one. Okay. I've tried taking redaction before for healing, and it came down to crunch time. I used my heal, and it healed. I took like 40 damage, and it healed for 8. So, yeah, if you're not a Scion, don't use psionics. Except for the utility ones. That's why I'm going to grab telekinesis and empathy, because I want life sense, so that I know where these buggers are, and so that I don't walk into an adaptoid, which is this game's equivalent of a mimic. It can clone as most small objects. On later floors, there's a super one that can clone as even larger objects, but I've never actually seen one of those yet. That's just something I read from the wiki. Not that anybody who starts this game should dive directly into the wiki. I'm just saying that there's a wiki and this is the internet age, and people don't seem to care about discovering things for themselves. I put like 200 hours of derpery into this before I started looking up actual recipes. And some of the recipes are some of them actually outright make sense. You can put 2 and 2 together. But some of them are really dumb. I believe cannon parts, which sound like an important item. There's probably lots of cannons in this game. Cannon parts are used in only a single recipe. Yeah. So and not only that, the recipe it makes, you have to have a heavy armor, like a power suit, a PBA, in order to even use it. So, don't carry cannon parts if you don't want the cannon that nobody in the game can use without special armor. But on the other hand, it is something that the engineer with his high mechanical skill can make and then deposit in one of the blue rooms. And if you're lucky enough to come across a PBA in the first 20 floors, you can bank that too, and then the next character who plays will have a really awesome time, because they'll have a rocket launcher and the ability to use it, and a bunch of free experience points. Okay, not free, but I'll explain that when I get to floor 5. Anyway, so I'm playing as the engineer. The engineer gets a lot of free technical know-how. Mechanic skill, engineering skill, electronic skill. Although their decipher skill isn't sky high or anything, They, like, look at these. Computer, mechanical, electronics, all really nice. I'm raising my weapon skills, though, first, because you need that accuracy and you need to preserve durability. Higher skill means preserving durability. I believe when you strike an enemy, you take both a skill check and a penetration check. I'm not sure. I don't know the actual thing. This is just in my head. If you fail either of them, you'll lose the durability of your weapon, which is... So basically, you don't want to use low penetration weapons on high armor enemies, or you'll start breaking your items.
That should have worked.
Yeah, thanks, engineer. That should have worked. Ooh, I just heard a turret go up. I also play on quick mode. That's why the floor is this small. Because this game usually has rather large rooms, but I play on quick mode because, not for the experience bonus, but because I like to full clear rooms, it gives me less rooms per floor, if that makes any sense, because if I liked clearing rooms, I would want more rooms, wouldn't I? But the other reason is I have... I have a problem setting off I have a problem setting off alarms, and when you set off an alarm, all the security bots on the floor will rush the room you're in. And the fewer rooms, the fewer security rooms there are, which means less chance at having to put up with an army of security bots, which are... Okay, well, the Mark 1s are pretty easy, but any Mark 2 and Mark 3 security bots, extremely dangerous. Because all security bots get 2 attacks per turn, and while the Mark 1s are equipped with, like, the same guns you have, pistol, the Mark 2s have auto rifle, which attacks twice, so they're shooting you 4 times. Which is a lot of bullets. Ooh, that's a boon. I got myself a laser pistol. But I'm probably gonna die because I'm playing stupid. You want to use your melee and light weapons for as long as possible. Because you want to preserve the durability and ammo of your rare items. But this laser pistol, the reason it's awesome is it has 100 penetration on it. So that makes it an ideal tool for handling heavy security. And those elf dudes that suck. Because the more armor something has, the harder it is for low penetration attacks to do anything. Anyway, so yeah. I can level up. On most classes, I put all my points into might, because that seems to be the only skill that actually does anything. The other skills might do things, but they don't seem to. And that's an argument for min-maxing, but if you don't know the actual math behind the game, you can only take the most obvious upgrades, because there's no way to know what's going on behind the scenes. And the reason I take might is because it very noticeably affects how you shake off poisons and diseases, which, as an engineer, actually as all classes, well, except the Lich, technically, but yeah, as all classes, you get to disease rank 10, you just instant die. That's it. Game over. And that's happened several times as the engineer, because he has very, very low starting might. And the other reason... Now, all the stats have very small effects similar to that. Oops. On various... Actually, I should be playing in zoomed-in mode for your guys' benefit, but my blog, my benefit. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, might. Might has a secondary effect. Every 10 points you put into it, your inventory carrying space goes up. And inventory carrying space is probably the actual most important stat in this game. Well, aside from move speed. That's why I don't like the Striker. They only get one move. Even though they're a very, very awesome class. Anyway. Oh, lockpick sets. Those are awesome. Now I can pick locks. Dur-I-dur-ba-dur. I think that's a diseaseinator. Well, okay, it's an enlarged virus, but don't let it touch you. I think it puts a disease 3 on you right off the bat. And oops, because they hit you 4 times per turn, it has a very high application rate. Application. Basically, it. Oh yeah. Do some math over here. 50 accuracy, 9 damage, 25, 40. Heavy pistol, not worth carrying. I'm not going to destroy it though. I'll just unload it. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, might and disease. Diseases and poisons, like, poisons do some dot damage, but they're not, even an extreme, like, level 9 poison is not terrible. You usually can shrug it off or heal through it. But diseases are terrible because you might not fight them off. And you're losing stats. Well, until the disease goes off. But the other thing is, when you have lots of inventory, you're carrying around pretty much everything you can find. If you have disease antibodies and you get diseased before using them, you can't use them. It's not like it's a vaccine. It's not a cure. And that's what some of these characters start with. I don't remember how long they last, though, because if they last forever, then I should just use it, actually. Where is it? Oh, I guess I don't have one. I thought I did. Just eat that. Long story short, disease bad. That's why I raise, and inventory space good. That's why the only stat I raise is might. Even on, like, the Marine, I'll go straight for 90 might. I won't go for 100, because, I wish those things wouldn't break. I won't go for 100, but, it's nice. And the other reason that might is good is because might affects... Okay, every stat affects a skill, and every 5 points in skill, you get a freebie. For example, I'm getting 9 points in mechanical due to my might score. But might affects the most important skill, melee, which I haven't used yet because I've been using my knife, and I probably won't use on this game, and I'm just going to hope that it turns out. But yeah, it's like you want to preserve your stats for as long as possible. I mean, your durability. So might does the best at that. The only exception I can think of is the scout, because stacking finesse is they get bonus dodge, so stacking finesse works. But for everybody else, might is the way to go. Okay, there is a notable exception. Is some weapons have minimal whatever requirements. Oops. Some weapons have minimum stat requirements, such as 50 finesse or... okay, there's a robot and I'm blind. And I'm diseased, and there's a thief. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing because I'm blind. Anyway, so yeah, you want to raise your stats so that you can equip the things that you want to equip. But, other than that, might. Might is right. At least in this game. Because inventory. Carrying capacity. Now, in normal logic, you wouldn't be stepping through these trapdoors. Because trapdoors, who does that? But, hey, I like to start Scum. And the first 5 floors are basically a freebie, where I just suicide through. And, made it to the blue room. It's good to step through the traps on these early floors, so that you can identify them in case you have to go through them later. Anyway, I made it to the blue room. I may as well explain this. You can, when you start and get to a blue room, you can deposit things, but you can't withdraw. But any time you play a new character, you can choose to spawn on this floor. And if you do so, you'll be allowed to withdraw then. So you can fill this thing to full, because you can still destroy these things if you want to. Like, you'll store ammo types that you don't need. And the other one is this thing. This is the experience depositor. This is how many experience points I have. Like, you can see, I have 1986. Oops. But when you deposit 1985, because I guess it doesn't go all the way, you actually deposit 5 times your investment. So that means every time you make it to one of these rooms and deposit experience, then you can withdraw an equal amount of experience for your next 5 characters. Which is very, very generous. The problem with starting on later floors is, unless you're really, really stuffing those boxes, you're missing out on critical items by starting on later floors. Of course, it's a roguelike, and an extremely random one at that, so maybe you'll get lucky. Yeah, so anyway, I'm playing the engineer. I want to find new messages to find new recipes so that I can craft new stuff, and play on the stronger characters who don't have very good electronics, computing, or deciphering skill. There is a... Ooh, new message. There, I decoded like half of that message. And that'll stay in my log, and I can decode the other half of that message. Ooh, free trap. Later. Yeah. And, yeah. Also, yeah, don't delete messages from your log. Otherwise, you can rediscover an old message, which takes away... you don't want to randomly get a message you already know, because that would suck. Oh, my knife is almost out. Okay, sharpening kit. It's not very efficient, but yeah, it's just a knife. I see a rat. Ooh, a locker. Once you get past the suicide rush, which for me is 5 floors, you know, I knew that was going to happen. I could hear the robots. I was trying to be careful and sneaky. Anyway, yeah, the suicide rush is related to start scumming. Also, for some reason, enemies won't shoot you while you're sleeping. They'll freak out, though. Oh, I guess I must have de-aggroed the, Oh, well, I learned a new thing. Are they in this room? This is the room they were supposed to respond to. No, they're not here. Oh, how about that? Sleeping, will, oh, okay. Sleeping will get the security robots to leave you alone. Okay, I don't think he's wounded. I don't need to waste laser on him. Oh, well, okay. I've been infected with the poison, so there's no reason to, you know, preserve myself now. So I'll just box this guy down. Because these guys don't hit very hard. And they're... Okay, I was going to say their penetration's not very high. But it's damaging my armor anyway.
Must be more careful.
Yeah, enlarged virus. There you are. Yeah, punch medium. Punch medium. That's the same attack I have. Enemies use the same attacks that you have access to. Yeah, 0 penetration. Punch medium has 0 pen. This guy should not be harming my armor. Even with 4 hits. Oh, disease worsened. So yeah, I'm trying to punch this guy down, but I'm not worried too much about getting killed by the actual enlarged virus. Because I can, if I drop to critical health, I'll just pull out a gun and shoot it. But what I am worried about is my disease going up. This guy hitting me is not, he's not adding like disease points or anything. But you have to waste time. Oh no, my disease is going up. You have to waste time to cure diseases anyway. I better just finish this.
I have done it.
Yes, that was extremely fortunate. Medbays don't always cure diseases. I mean, I think they're supposed to, but they don't. But items in this have, like, you can get critical successes as well as critical failures. Like, if you're looting just something that you find on the floor. Oh, a medi. Well, I may as well just pray. Ah, good. Medium security, they have quite a lot of armor and way more damage. Anyway, as I was saying, is if you have high foraging and you loot something and it has, and you're supposed to get some ammo or whatever, if your foraging skill is high, you can get a critical success, which will give you bonus ammo. And on top of that, for ammo specifically, if you have an ammo type on your person, the critical success rate, or the critical effect for ammo drops, is to get a context-sensitive piece of ammo, which is whatever you're holding. So I'm holding pistol and rifle rounds. Oh, and high caliber rounds, but yeah, well, and energy cells. But let's just say I have only, for the sake of argument, let's say I have only pistol rounds on me. If I get a critical success from foraging, I will get as a bonus, just as a bonus, I'll get pistol rounds, even if they wouldn't have dropped. What's the other one? The other thing to watch out for is, when it comes to critical successes and failures, is the disintegration bay. Because the failing reprogramming one destroys the bay, which is okay. Oh, cancel. I want that as soon as possible. Failing to reprogram a disintegration bay, no biggie, because you just don't get a disintegration bay. But the critical failure is you die outright, instantly, no matter how much health you have. Not only that, if you use telekinesis in order to reprogram it from a distance, you still die. It's just magic instant death for a critical failure on that. But I've seen, I don't know what the critical success is on... Oh, that's the most dangerous enemy in the game. I don't know what the critical success on everything is, but for recharging bays, I have gotten an item overcharged, so that's a thing that I guess can happen. Well, I'm out. Jaegers are pretty much the biggest dicks in this game. Didn't even get 100 kills. Like, damage taken, 40, 30, 20, 20. Those guys hit me. I let this guy hit me. But, yeah, 210. And I probably could have done better, but I just didn't care. So, that's the game. End of part 2. Gonna play some more. Yap, 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 yap.